What's up, guys? Today's challenge: win a game with a deck with no creatures and never attacking the opponent's face. Big shout out to Kargus, who was playing a similar deck this morning on stream. I happened to be lurking when I heard him say this.
I did. I created it myself. That's what everyone was saying. They're like, watch you. He's like, you played the deck today. Copper invented it tomorrow or something.
Thanks, Kargus. Anyway, here's a deck I invented. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, here we go. Light against light. This is okay if he's playing control. It's going to be bad if he's playing buffs. We just need to find some early game. We don't need to heal yet. Enlightenment's good. We don't need Purification Filter. Reformation might actually be the best card in this deck. Okay. Well, here he's just going to pass, and we're just going to pass until... Here we go. Now he plays the card. He's definitely playing control. We're playing control. And we're happy to see it. I could just God Power and pass, and that's probably what I should have done in retrospect. I think this is a bit of a waste of a Reformation. I was a little concerned, though, that he might flood the board the following turn if I didn't do something. But Reformation is ridiculously good. It's 3 mana, set any creature to 0, because you can use Reformation plus God Power. I might have used that too early. But here we have Enlightenment. So far, we're off to a great start. If he wants to pass, I'll pass, except we find our relic. So we'll go ahead and equip that. Now we need to reduce 2 strength.
Time to act.
So, unfortunately that frontliner blocks our relic. We can just take 1 damage, though. We have 2 recovering sigils. Prayer for the Desperate. We're in good shape. Alright, now we have to deal with 2 creatures. We can just God Power the 1/3, use Censure to get rid of the front line, and then swing Relic. It will take 2 damage, but again, we can Recovering Sigil afterwards. We'll slap some Censure Order on the 0/5 just in case he can buff stuff. Alright, Shielded by Light doesn't do anything.
My turn.
Now we're getting to the unfortunate spot, though, where we actually have almost too many cards in our hand. We're gonna have to just start wasting things just to make space. So we can slap Protection on. And that's about all. Or 7.
Honor guides me.
Okay. Retrospect, that one might be bad too. Those Reformations are just too good to give up. Every time this thing swings, it loses 2 attack, or 2 health. So it's probably fine to have left it alone. It can still swing and actually clear its own spot, which is helpful for him. He's just throwing away cards too. His hand's full as well. And there's Generous Aid, which is our win con. We don't have to play a card here, but we're getting really tight on space. Let's just cycle cards here, see what we get. This card's pretty useless. It only gives -1 strength anyway. Just get it out of our hand. He's only got spot for one more creature. Once that spot's taken up, we win. Lysander's Mercy is brutal. Now everything's back in the deck.
My turn.
And he's got all this free space. We can just pass. We have 8 cards in hand. Alright, a 6/10. We could Imperious Smite.
Honor guides me.
We could Purification Filter and something, but I think Imperious Smite is fine. Maybe just Yukos and then God Power would have been better. Especially after seeing Inescapable Duty, bringing it back, it would have definitely been better to have just given it Soulless. He just burns a Yukos. We have to use a card now. The Purification Filter sets everything to 1, so if you set all the board to 0, it then actually is reverse synergy. We can just get rid of that. We still have 1, which pairs very well with Yukos to do a board wipe. Okay.
Time to act.
We might be able to just whittle this thing down. Or make him commit a second big creature here. And then Purification Filter.
Back.
Afterlife. Pull this card into your hand. Okay, so the nice thing here is Afterlives don't trigger if you give them Soulless. So we can actually Yukos
Honor guides me.
a Purification Filter first, set everything to 1/1, and then Yukos, and he's not going to get that back into his hand. Ward shouldn't have popped, and it came back. That was weird. Okay.
My verdict is final.
He's just burning cards. We'll just burn cards. I'm not going to swing face first because we are a pacifist. We do not attack our opponent. It's rude. He's just burning cards. We can just burn cards. We could use Vow and just gain favor. Or draw a card. We have enough cards. We can just cycle through, find helpful things. He plays a tiny little baby Archpriest. Very cute.
Guides me.
We can just smack it with our Relic. We have a second Prayer for the Desperate to get protected again.
I can't do that.
Might as well burn it here anyway. We have room for 9 cards. Getting low on cards here. He has Prayer for the Desperate. But we can hit his face because he's just got protected, so we're not actually doing any damage. That's still pacifist. Just burning something. We can get rid of Yukos. 4/7. We have pacifism. He's got to be back around to that Lysander's Mercy almost. But he's only got a few cards left.
I can't do that.
Once again, we have protected, so we can actually just smack this. We could eat 1 damage. Just God Power. We do need to play a card, though. You can just rid of Law. And then if he plays an Archpriest here, we can just use our Divine Judgment Perfect. Set everything to 0. He's got another Lysander's Mercy, so that's his only other mercy. Clears out space. And maybe next turn he's going to flood the board here. So let's just clear our hand. We can just gain favor. We don't want to draw a card. We have 1 left. And I'm not doing 2 damage to his face. No, sir. We are pacifists. Pacifists? Pass. Okay, we have another pacifism. Let's have Imperious Smite, but we could save that for something bigger. We also have Enlightenment. Alright, so now we are going to take fatigue damage. So now is where we finally show off our win con with Generous Aid, which just returns to our hand repeatedly. And we will never die of fatigue. That's amazing. Okay, so we can Enlightenment plus God Power.
Time to act.
And then Generous Aid. Got 8 cards left. Definitely back around to the Lysander's Mercy cards. This is easy enough to deal with. Set it to 0. And then just Generous Aid a few times. And we have Imperious Smite if he plays something big. That doesn't qualify as big. He's got 2 creatures we got to deal with. And we need to stay at 27 or above, otherwise Generous Aid stops working. If we use Imperious Smite here, we have Censure plus 2 Divine Judgments. And we can try and bait him into... He plays a big creature, we play Line in the Sand, or not, he has no more creatures left. We can just Generous Aid repeatedly. He's got nothing left. Just Generous Aid here. We'll speed it up for you. Speed it up in post. He has nothing left. We're just going to Generous Aid. And all those Generous Aids in the void there. We just Generous Aid again. He's going to start taking fatigue damage now. He took 9 fatigue damage. We take 1 each time. Look at all those Generous Aids. He's gonna take 9 again. And that's it. We won without ever attacking his face or playing a creature. Let's go.